My name is John McKeon, and I'm the moderator of the Teradata Aprimo River community, Teradata and Aprimo's largest customer community. You can connect with us at teradataRiver2.com. Today, we are talking with Gerald Rousselle, Global Product Manager for Inventory Intelligence at eBay. Gerald will be presenting at this year's Partners Conference on eBay innovation in the area of big data-driven inventory intelligence. Welcome to the river, Gerald.
Hi.
Gerald, you are talking about something very interesting, not only big data, but on the scale and magnitude of eBay's big data, which is huge. And going with that is the size of their inventory and the data you need to use to do that. Tell me, why is it so difficult to deal with the big data issues around eBay's structured and unstructured data?
So essentially, we have two main challenges. One of them is the fact that we have a lot of very unstructured data. So it's very easy to sell something on eBay where you basically provide a title, a description, and picture, and you are done. You don't have to actually specify what is a product. So we are doing a lot of innovation in the back end to basically trying to figure out what is the actual product. So we can do cool things behind the scene to understand this inventory and recommend the best deal. The other thing is the volume of data is very, very big because eBay is one of the biggest marketplace, and you can buy or sell pretty much anything from hard goods like electronics to soft goods or collectible. And we need to be able to do the same type of analytics for very different type of product or businesses.
Gerald, what about the issues of aggregation? What do you do with your data to really drive the level of inventory management to the next level in terms of classification, prediction, normalization of the data?
Yeah, we do a lot of things. I think the way we have been successful at solving this problem is not doing purely prediction or only aggregation, is really trying to marry as much as possible the unstructured and the structured data. So there are some problems where structured data can help. There are some problems even if you don't have the structured data, but you have a large volume of unstructured data, you can actually get some information out of there. And when you get both of them and you are smart about how to leverage each of those areas, then you are able to make some progress. And we made a lot of progress in the last couple of years working on this.
Gerald, what about forecasting? This has been a major change for eBay in terms of being able to forecast and having the need to forecast. What are the biggest challenges around this?
Our bigger challenge was to make sure that we can build the SKU in a way that makes sense and provide enough forecasting accuracy, which we were able to do. And so this is something that we are just starting, but there is a lot of use case and application we are starting to think about and to work around those areas.
Well, at the end of the day, Gerald, you're really trying to bring buyer and seller together to connect with each other. And also, you talked about there's actually some structural things going on, structural changes going on at eBay with the bringing in of the inventory managers. What type of data challenges will you have to actually give them the data they need to actually manage the inventory?
It's a new way of looking at things. When you are a marketplace, I think most of the time you don't really have to figure out what's going on in the market. You just try to help. I think we are getting a little bit more involved to make sure, first of all, that we help the seller to make sure they know what inventory our buyers are looking for, as well as for buyers, making sure they can get the best deal on eBay, at the same time making sure that our sellers can make money through the transaction.
And what about beyond just managing the inventory and connecting the buyer and seller? How will the unstructured data actually support a better buyer and seller experience?
So I think the most visible right now on the site is what we call the product-based experience. So especially in electronics, you are going to see that if you look for an iPod, for example, you are going to have a much more structured experience around the listings. And we break down by, for example, condition. And so you can very quickly understand what the type of inventory is available on eBay and make a purchase decision very, very quickly. There is a lot of different buyers on eBay, so some people might want to get the latest, newest item, but some other buyers might be willing to trade maybe some of the features or the most recent product to be able to get a better deal, or they might want to sell the previous version to be able to buy the new version. So I think if you go through the electronics version of the site, you will see a lot of this work, as well as in fashion. where the experience is much more going towards a broad experience. So it's easier to narrow down into the exact inventory you're looking for. So fashion and electronics are some of the verticals where you can see most of this work right now on the site.
Gerald Rousselle, Global Product Manager for eBay. He will be presenting at the Partners Conference. It should be a great presentation if you want to really understand how one of the biggest companies in the world uses big data at an incredibly high level. This presentation will be a great one for you. Gerald, we look forward to seeing you at Partners.
Thank you. Very excited to get there.